This is TWiT.
Your phone is not listening to you. So just some good news.
At last.
Yeah, this is a Gizmodo article. Maxwell Zeff. He actually talks about, which is great, the origins of the myth that your phone is listening to you. And, of course, the Cox Media Group pitch that we know what your audience is listening to. He traces it back, which is interesting, to a TV news segment, Tampa Bay, May 23rd, 2016.
It's
always TV news
freaked
that
out
does
about
this to us.
item from Facebook where they can listen in on your conversations, basically looking for buzzwords and things that you're saying.
Oh, I hate
People
TV
wanna know
news.
how
God,
to
I hate it.
disable the
no.
microphone.
So she's not going to in any way question it. She's just going to show you how you could turn off the microphone so Facebook can't listen in. But the article has been since removed from the website of the station. Very important. There it was. Somebody looked into this. Northeastern University a few years ago tested Facebook, Instagram, a bunch of other things to see if any of these can listen to you. And it is not. This is Ellen Pang, Jingjing Ren, Martina Lindorfer, Christo Wilson, and David Schaffness ran an experiment. 17,000 of the most popular apps. They did it on Android, which is probably smart, assuming that maybe the iPhone would even be more locked down. 8,000 apps that send information to Facebook. Facebook itself, they found no evidence of an app unexpectedly activating the microphone or sending audio out when not prompted to do so.
I wish, Leo, that mattered more. That there was a study done, that they took a year doing it, that they looked at so many different apps. But you know that there are still so many people that you could tell them quite literally
matter.
that, and it doesn't matter. They don't believe that.
No.
There's more. Is it? I don't know. I don't think it's fun to believe in conspiracy. Well, maybe for some people it's fun. Why are we? Or
It's because
some
it's a
folks-
shortcut
It's a
to.
shortcut.
I feel concerned about targeted advertising, or it's
even big
strange
tech,
to me
right,
that I'm getting
Paris?
targeted ads.
Not-
I mean, I think
not just
that
ads, but
most
big
of
tech.
but the original anxiety around my phone is listening to me comes from,
Right.
I was talking about some obscure medical procedure or thinking about buying this pair of shoes with someone, and then the next day I got a targeted Instagram ad for it. That's the kind of case that people are often bringing up when they're saying, I'm concerned my phone is listening to me. And the real honest truth, which isn't as fun or sexy, is that you're not that unique. It's pretty easy for your phone and for companies to figure out what sort of products you're interested in based on a whole host of signals and your cohorts.
Well, in fact, that was Maxwell Zeff's last paragraph, which he's absolutely right. He says, the more concerning thing is advertisers don't need to record you at all because they already know everything about you. You've been telling them for years on Facebook and Instagram. This is not. They know it. They don't need to listen.
You know the two words I'm going to use. It's moral panic.
Yeah.
It's part of that. There must be something.
Got a drink.
Good timing. Good. You've been hanging on that button. Where you want to believe there's something bad on earth happening to you. You want to believe that you're a victim of something, and it doesn't matter what it is.
Is it conspiracy theory, sort of? I think there is.
I mean, I don't think it's that conspiratorial. I don't think that the people who are saying, oh, my phone is listening to me, have thought about the behind the scenes that much. I think it's just the easiest logical leap
Yes.
from
Yeah,
it's the easiest
I was talking
explanation.
about something yesterday and now I have an Instagram ad for it, or
It
a
must
banner
be.
ad has appeared. It must be listening to me.
My problem is, though, when I have attempted to help someone who's feeling that way and believing that way, explain it, it doesn't matter. It's like,
Right.
ultimately it's not my, job to, well, I mean, it kind of is, to try at least to convince someone that, this is how it's to explain how it's actually working. But there's almost a draw to the scarier of the two things where, it's not a bunch of technology. Because this is the thing, us and the techie people, whenever we're talking about this, the thing that I always hear is, but isn't it so much scarier that they're able to do this without listening to you? the average person is not thinking that it's scarier that they're able to do that without. No, the scarier thing for them is a microphone listening to you. And it doesn't matter if you say, these are the 15 different ways. I've had this experience anecdotally and also, I guess, secondhand.
Oh, yeah, I've
anecdotally.
had the same thing. People don't believe you.
Yeah, they just, and it's like,
Oh, no, not at all.
what do you do?
There's an academic, or was an academic at University of California, Berkeley, Alan Dundas, who wrote a book about dark jokes and the dark joke cycles, and the elephant in the refrigerator, the elephant jokes, or the dead baby jokes. And I interviewed him many years ago. He said, and I think he's absolutely right, that what they really do is they reflect a deep psychic fear that we can't express outwardly because it's too scary, but it's in there, and so we make these jokes about it. And I think that this is kind of, if he were still here, I wish he hadn't passed a couple of years ago, but if he were still here, I think he would say the same thing about these kind of conspiracy theories, that they reflect I think a deep fear, and in this case, I don't think it's just advertising. I think it's a deep fear of big tech and the outsized importance that companies like Google and Facebook and Apple and Microsoft have in our lives. And there's this just kind of discomfort that comes out in this conspiracy theory. That's just my thinking on it. But
I mean, my general thought, if we're looking at broader online conspiracy theories like QAnon and whatnot,
same thing, yeah.
They all kind of go back to
or dark government
control,
right?
The fear of the absence of control and creating a narrative that gives you a sense of control.
Yes, that's why they do it.
Through knowledge.
But I'm
and
saying
I
the
think
subject matter is informative about the thing that you feel out of control with, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's also, I mean, when you QAnon is not. When we have opinion polls that say, "Oh my God, look at the dumb stuff people believe," they're not believing it. They're signaling a belonging to something.
Right.
They're saying, "I'm part of this, not that." There were some academics I quote in the next book say that voting, even there's research that now says that that's not a purposeful event in itself.
No,
you're
it's
not
a tribal
voting for something.
signal.
Yes, you're signaling a belonging to something.
Yeah.
And so I'm signaling that I belong to those who are skeptical about all this or that hate big whatevers.
That's why people vote the Democratic line, the Democratic ticket. That's why there are tickets. You're in the tribe. You vote for your tribe, That's why Tammany Hall existed, right? You vote for your tribe. You support your tribe.
I'm listening to an amazing book now, Holocaust. I listen to lots of, strange things to spend my time doing. It's a really, really good book.
Just because you don't want to be with your family, I know.
I know, it's isolated. Yeah, I'd rather be have a huge piece of plastic on my face. And there's this line I've got to go. I'm listening to it. I can't underline it, which frustrates me. But I want to go back. That says that sometimes authoritarians, they're replacing religion. They're replacing one belief with another, one God with another, or one devil with another. And a lot of this is around that. David Weinberger, in his book about AI, talks about how we think things are accidents that aren't accidents. They're only accidents because we can't explain them.
This is everyday chaos.
Yes, everyday chaos. David's just brilliant. And that's that we class it as an accident because we couldn't come up with something. But in fact, of course, there's a clear cause and effect going on in some way or another. It's not an accident, but we don't know. Same thing with AI now. We can't explain things with AI. This is going to freak people out more and more and more. There's no going in to say, why did it do that? How did it do that? How did it know? It's just a very complex calculation.
Well, to go full circle, and it was you who told me this, Hannah Arendt, in her classic work on,
The Origins of Totalitarianism.
Totalitarianism, says the roots of it are isolation.
Yes.
And loneliness. Hey, it's Leo Laporte. I hope you enjoyed this little snippet from our show This Week in Google. For the full show, you can either go to our website, twit.tv/twig, or find Twig in your favorite podcast client. And, of course, there's links right below, somewhere down there, for more information.